What is up, folks? It is your boy AJ Tripp, and I am coming at you with a rapid reaction. The four-night, no, not it's not the four-night. It's the two-night, four-show crossover has been done. Crisis on Earth X. Man, this was something that was just incredible. Let's go. I'm gonna try to go through these things in order. I may shit out in order and jump from show to show and from thing to thing, so bear with me. But just talk about how awesome this was. We started with Supergirl yesterday, and it's about the wedding of Barry and Alan and then Iris West, and it was particularly more about the wedding, and that's what the first episode. It was basically getting you to that part of the wedding, and I kind of was like, on edge about it. Like, come on, let's hurry up. Let's get to the good stuff. And they got to this good stuff pretty quickly. The Nazis joined Earth One, and they came and attacked the wedding, and and you knew it was coming. But as soon as the minister saying, does anybody here have any things about getting this man and this woman, speak now, forever hold your peace, and then lasers, Yeah, and how about Supergirl did the Hulk thing where she went up and just everybody just went down, and that was amazing. And then they couldn't believe it, and then everybody, but then they got they got Prometheus, the Prometheus one, and then Prometheus turned out to be Tommy, Earth X's Tommy, and oh my god, and that was amazing. And then they talked about. And we learned some things during this. How about the fact there are 53 Earths in the DC TV universe? There are 53 Earths, 52 normal ones, and then the 53rd Earth, which is Earth X, which is so horrible. Where the Nazis they discovered the bomb first, and then they defeated the Allies, and they took over the world. And then Supergirl comes down apparently from the Krypton and is born into this and everything, and it's just so crazy thing. It's just truly epic. And then I like in episode 2 they had Arrow actually go, since Arrow's on Thursday, they put the Arrow show after Supergirl. And on the Arrow show, that's when you found out that the doppelgangers the Fuhrer was Oliver, and the General was Supergirl, and of course we had Earth One's speedster was there. So Earth One's that guy, Reverse Flash. He was helping them. And everything, and apparently, I guess that's how they went through it. Apparently, I guess Reverse Flash went to Earth X, went back in time, because that's what he can do, and he changed that history, and he gave them the things for the atomic bomb. So it is, and so whatever. So then we had that, right? And we had that, and then we ended off with a great battle with Supergirl, and everybody raised that, and everybody. They were fighting the Nazis, at a stake. But then Oliver took his gang of thugs and went to the evil Oliver went to the Star Labs, and they beat it down, and they did, and they took over the lab, and then they captured Supergirl, and then they something like that, and sent the other ones to sent the ones to Earth X. And then tonight, that was all. Yes, and I know I'm missing a lot, but then tonight with everything that just went down, oh my goodness. And how about Captain Cold? I guess it's Citizen Cold, and I guess he's in the comics, the good guy. He's now, and he appeared, and everybody, and they had new costume for the girl. I thought was Isis. I thought that was. I thought she's Isis. The goddess who's like Black Adam's woman. But I thought maybe she's a good version of him, but she would turn evil. But I guess not. It's not gonna happen. So, but she had a new costume because of and everything, and and then Boy, I swear, they. By the way, I'm gonna put on the thing spoilers in case you have not seen this. So I'm gonna put spoilers so that maybe you got DVR, you're gonna watch it later. But yeah, but the boy, they killed my boy Martin, didn't they? Oh, they shot him. Oh man, killed him. Oh, that's. We had a feeling. There was some rumors out there that somebody was gonna pass away, and you always kind of get this feeling that maybe it would be Felicity. Just kind of get Felicity, and they teased it 2 or 3 times throughout these couple days. On these 4 shows, they teased it, but it turned out to be Martin. Oh. And then now Martin is gone, and what is Jack's gonna do without him? And then that pissed everybody off, didn't it? That pissed everybody off. They lost a friend. Oh, they lost a mentor. They lost a father. Oh, that pissed them off, boy. No. And then they went down and they took them bastards down, boy. And then we kind of had all through this thing. We kind of had an homage, to Marvel. Like back in the first episode, they were they were talking about trying to give Jack's powers and spider powers and meeting Spider-Man and everything like. And then we had like at the end of the Avengers when Tony throws that missile into this deep space and kills the Chitauri, and he falls back into Earth and he's Sting and Thor. He's not slowing down. And then Thor gets it. We kind of had that one with Supergirl, because the Overgirl, I guess it's called, whoever she is, she's the bad Supergirl. She's getting ready to supernova because she's got too much radiation. So they sew her into Supergirl takes it into space. She blows up. Supergirl falls back down, and then all of a sudden she's caught by the Steel guy, and he goes, "Thought the Man of Steel should catch the Girl of Steel." You know who the Man of Steel is, guy. Yeah. And this is what I'm talking about, jumping back and forth, because a lot of this. How about the fact that Alex, Kara's sister, and Sarah hooked up? How about that? How about the fact that sit on the Earth-X Citizen Captain Cole, Citizen Cole, whatever you want to call him, he's gay with his friend, right? With the superstar, the Ray. I got confused. I guess it's his name is Ray, but he's called the Ray because he can shoot rays and glint. I don't know. I've never heard of the Ray guy, but he's a superhero also. And then there was this whole thing, fact that I talking about the Man of Steel. So like they want to capture Supergirl because the bad Supergirl heart is dying and so then they gotta take the heart from Supergirl and put it into the bad Supergirl, and she's talking about her cousin, and the Reverse Flash says, I fucked your cousin. He's fast, but I'm faster. So I'm telling you, it is this is so good. See, it is. I'm gonna be honest with you. It is probably a real bad time for all of this great DC television to be coinciding with DC trying to get their movie stuff going. Because see, like because he like all of the Marvel stuff is all of the Marvel stuff is combined in some sort of way, right? The movies, the TV shows, they all kind of cross over something like that. So you're gonna hear about this Friday, Marvel's Agent of Shield comes back after we had the 10 weeks of the Inhuman show, which I thought was really good. I thought it got better as each week went on. But but this is all intertwined. So I think we're probably and they're gonna start on space. But I think if they get back to Earth, we're gonna hear about stuff from Black Panther in February. And as we get towards the end of the season, we're probably gonna figure out the stuff with the Avengers Infinity War and Thanos, and we're gonna probably hear some stuff about that. They may be even in the movie, in the movie Infinity War. So this is going to be pretty awesome, for Marvel. So they all come out. Now the DC stuff does not cross over, obviously, because there's a new Flash and everything and all this other stuff. So what they're doing trying to make the movie universe for DC is totally different from what they're doing on television, and I think that hurts it. I think that hurts it because they can't do some of the stuff because Suicide Squad was coming on, Deathstroke was on Suicide Squad. They did a lot. They couldn't do Deathstroke on Arrow, at all, if anything, until after the Suicide Squad was through, and then they had Manu Bennett, who plays Deathstroke, was also on another television show, so he had to make sure that he could leave that television show to come back and do his Arrow stuff for the season finale last year. And then there's all of that, and I think they can't do a lot of Superman stuff. Last year they did introduce Superman. He was on the first 2 or 3 episodes. He obviously came back for the final 1 or 2 episodes of the season. But that they can't do it big time. Because really, if you would think about it, right, Superman would have been involved in this if they could have used. Don't you think? I mean, this last year is understandable because understandable just because it's it is what it is, right? It's about but you would have thought that this year. But then even with them doing Supergirl, I guess maybe you can't say that because the way they had it, right? The way they had it was about Iris and Barry's wedding. So, and that's all good and that's all great, and I guess that makes sense. That's why there's no reason for us to complain. So, and I also think that some of the things that they talked about here really kind of proved it kind of makes crazy because they talked about they was talking about Earth. Apparently, back on the Arrow show yesterday, Oliver shot the evil character, and Harry, who has been to most of these Earths looking for other Harrison Wells. He knows what he pretty much knows all this stuff. They talked about 53 Earths, 53 Karas, 53 Kryptons. So we know that there is a Kara and a Kara Zor-El on Earth 1, which is them. And so how come we? But see, I guess what they could do is they could somehow have something where a villain could mutate them into one Kara. And with that one Kara, maybe the Kara who is in Supergirl on Earth 1, combines with the Kara from, I guess, is it Earth 37? They said that's Earth 37. They combine, and then maybe she would be on that Earth 1 or something. And they combine her memory. They can combine her memory so that we still get the Supergirl stuff that's on Earth 37. Or I don't know how they can do it, but they've got to do it somehow, some way, so that Supergirl and Superman and Martian Manhunter and all of them come to Earth 1 and stay on Earth 1, right? And I understand, but see, that's really where I think they screwed up. See, I really do think they screwed up. See, they put Supergirl on the first season of Supergirl was on CBS, and for one part, I can understand how you wanted it to be your own things like that. But see, then what they should have did is that they should have not done a Flash crossover. On it, they should not have done a Flash crossover that first season. They should not have done it. They should not have done it. They should have kept it. If you couldn't do a crossover to where it was just them on the same Earth, then you shouldn't have done it. Because then look what happened, right? CBS says it's not working. It's not working. We're gonna drop it. CW says, hey, wait a minute though. If you guys are gonna drop it, bring it over here. Bring it over to our family. And we got a great Arrow does well, Flash does well. Legends of Tomorrow had a great short run. We're gonna bring that back for a second season. You come for a second season over here on CW. Then that way they could have done everything. They could have did like the Flash crossover early in the season. Then they could have did the major crossover in the middle, and then everything. And then they could have did that musical Flash later on. I mean, that's when they really did screw it up by doing that Flash crossover the first season. They really did. Or what they could have just should have did is that just had them been on both Earths. They had them been on Earth 1. That's the way it just could have been. They could have, and that's the way it should have been. But so yeah, and it's I'm not turning it down like that. So I'm hoping that they find a way. And listen, it doesn't have to be all that believable. Guess what? It's comic book superhero stuff, right? Aliens, aliens from outer space, the Dominators, another Earth filled with Nazis. I mean, all this stuff is ridiculous and never to be real. So why not have something where Earth 37 would merge into Earth 1, and so that Kara could be on Earth 1, or have it somewhere where like just something where Kara could be on Earth 1, so that they don't have to do like the crazy things with all these crossovers. So whatever. But that being said, these crossovers, last year's crossover was great. I thought it was a great story. I also thought that it was a good one where it's about Barry Allen. They kept it with the storyline of Barry Allen. Everything last year was about on DC's Legends of Tomorrow, on Arrow. They all were affected by Flashpoint, Barry Allen and Flashpoint, and they kept it like that for the crossover. And I kind of like it that how this year's crossover is kind of about Supergirl, and the reason why the Nazis came in here was about Supergirl. So next year's crossover, obviously you're talking about either the Legends effing something up, right? The Legends having something up, and then they having to go back to 2017, 18 that would be, and then taking care of it, or it's about Oliver, right? And something happened with Oliver, and Oliver was taken by somebody or something like that, and then you got to get all the teams together. The one thing I didn't like, the one thing I would say, I did not say I didn't like it, but one thing I would like to see is that, yes, let's bring everybody together all at once. That does not bring for the last episode or the last night, whatever. No, let's bring them all together that first episode. I wish the Legends and Team Arrow and team and everything like that. And next year you gotta bring the Martian Manhunter. You gotta bring him on. Bring Guardian on. Maybe that's exactly what happened. Maybe next year they go to Earth. All of those guys, Team Arrow, Team Flash, and the Legends. They go to Earth 37 to help Kara and on her Earth, and then they get to meet Superman. So that's the way to go. I think next year, right? Next year, if they all go to Earth 37 and help Kara and Superman out with their problem, maybe and see this is all of this I'm thinking, right? All of this I'm thinking, but I'm thinking, can they do Darkseid? A lot of the stuff going on in the movies. Can they do Doomsday? With all this stuff going on in the movies. Can they do Zod? Right? Can they redo Zod? Can they do Zod? And then there's a bunch of man, oh man. This would be epic. I really do think that this was a great crossover. They killed my boy Martin. I still can't believe it. Oh man. Crisis on Earth X was great. I already can't wait till next year. I'm hoping for another Flash musical crossover. I'm not sure. I'd like to see another thing. I think maybe they did say that maybe possibly is going to be Arrow and Supergirl crossing over late, in the second half of the season. I think I heard that rumor somewhere. I'm not sure about that, but I would definitely like to see that Supergirl and Arrow crossing over. That would be interesting. And I also think I'm not sure how they would do that or what we're going on, because we know what's going on with Arrow. The big bad is that guy from the really smart, intelligent guy. So I'm not sure. But Damien Dark is back. So maybe what happened would be is that the Legends, and the Legends and Arrow would team up on the Arrow show, and then they would have to bring in Supergirl to take down Damien Dark, even though she can be hurt by magic. But that'll be interesting to see. So we'll see. We'll figure out all this everything. But this was just a total bomb ass 2-night crossover, 4 hours of just total action. I loved it. It is great. Like I mentioned, I really just wish that I kind of wish the stuff in the movies maybe worse wasn't happening, so that they could so that they could do more stuff. I think it would be awesome. I'm probably not going to be around to see it. I think most of us may not be around to see it. We might be real old. But I do think at some point, because we had it with Smallville, and we're doing this stuff now with DC TV, but at some point, I do think we are going to get on television the full, we're going to have TV shows, and they're going to do the full Justice League. They're going to do, Green Arrow and Black Canary and and Superman, Wonder Woman, and Batman, and everybody in Sad Boy and Flash. All of them are going to be characters that are going to be a part of some show. It may not be. It even may even be a Justice League TV show, a 1 hour Justice League drama where not every week will you see the same thing. Maybe some weeks maybe some weeks it is. It's Wonder Woman. It's Wonder Woman. It's Flash, and it's Hawk Girl taking on somebody. Taking on somebody out in France or somebody like that. Maybe Giganta is in France trying to take down France or something. So but it's going to be. It is. I do believe that's going to happen one day. Like I said, I don't know if I'm going to be around to see it. That could be 30, 40 years from now. Hopefully, I would be alive for that. But at that point, I may not even care, to be honest with you, because 40 years from now, I'll be 75 years old. I will be worried about just being alive. So, but yeah, it's so awesome. I enjoyed it so much. Hope you guys liked it. I usually give star ratings for like movies and things like that and wrestling matches. I've never done TV shows or anything like that. But listen, this was without question one of the greatest of all time. I think crossover type things like that, TV shows, things like that. So I enjoyed the hell out of it. This is going to be 4.5 stars and something like that. And also something. This is just for my regular viewers who know I do these like star ratings for movies and things like that. There's gonna be, I'm working on graphics for that for the new year. So in the new year, when I say 4.5 stars, you'll actually see 4 stars, and then maybe you see a half a star, or you'll see or maybe you'll just see like or something. I don't know. You'll 4 stars and then maybe a half, or if it's 4.5, or if it's like 3 3/4, you'll see 3 stars and then the 3/4 fraction. So you'll see something on the screen that what I think about it. But that's kind of all coming in the new year. I think a lot of things I'm gonna try to do in the new year. Something like that. But and so if you're new, if you're reading this just because of tonight, the Crisis on Earth X review for night crossover, go ahead, click that like button and that subscribe button, because I do a bunch of things. I do Try Not to Laugh. I do reaction videos. I review wrestling. I watch wrestling. I do like that. Do a lot of things. So I'm gonna do a lot more other things, and I may in the new year also talk more about television shows and things like that. When it comes to the comic book shorts of like Flash, Supergirl, DC TV, Marvel, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., things like that. I may do more of that in the new year. We'll have to wait and see. I'm trying to do a lot of new things in the new year, so we'll wait and see about that. But that being said, put your comments down below. Tell me what you guys thought about this Crisis on Earth X crossover. You got my things. I enjoyed the hell out of it. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and as always, thank you so much for watching. This is your boy AJ Tripp signing off. As always, be good to each other, y'all. Be careful out there. I am out. Like the shirt says, this crossover was sicker than your average crossover. I'll see you later.